Welcome to ACF, the online platform for GATE Agriculture Engineering. And this is all about me. So you can see different types of hydraulic coefficients. Friends, in my previous slide, I have told you this formula. This formula, friends, you pause the video and go through that video and solve that question. It's your, I am not going to solve 2020 paper because I have already solved it. So you go through that playlist and you can solve the question based upon this formula. Then after only you are able to clear your concepts. Now you can see the coefficient of velocity. Friends, it is simply the ratio of actual velocity of jet at the Vena contactor divided by the theoretical velocity of jet. Friends, I think all of you know that theoretical velocity is nothing but root under 2gh. आपको ये फॉर्मूला हमेशा याद रखनी है. Theoretical velocity everywhere whenever we are calculating by root under 2gh, the velocity is our theoretical velocity. And whenever we will multiply the coefficient of velocity with the theoretical velocity, then only we can get the actual velocity. Means actual velocity is around 95 to 99% of the theoretical velocity. Now you can see that coefficient of contraction. Friends, these formulas, these all coefficients are almost same. You have to only understand the relationship and you have to only understand that discharge is equal to velocity into area. Means coefficient of contraction. I think all of you know that discharge is equal to area into Q is equal to AV. So coefficient of discharge is equal to coefficient of area into coefficient of velocity, and coefficient of area is known as coefficient of contraction. So coefficient of contraction is nothing but area of jet at the Vena contactor divided by area of orifice. So you remember this formula, and area of orifice is nothing but pi by 4 d square. And coefficient of discharge is, you can see here, clear the derivation. For coefficient of discharge, CD is equal to CV into CC. That is important. Now friends, you see the next thing. Friends, here it is very important. You can see that the flow through the large orifice means there are two types of orifices are present. One is the large orifice and another one is a small orifice. For large orifice, formula is this one. Q is equal to discharge is equal to CD into A into root under 2gh. Friends, आपको बहुत अच्छे से क्वेश्चन में most of the times they will mention that the orifice is the large orifice. Otherwise, they will give you simply the H value they will give you. And for small orifice, the formula is 2 by 3 into CD into root under 2g into H to the power 3 by 2. I think we will see in the further slides regarding the formula for small orifice. But you have to understand that there are two types of orifices, because when the orifice is large, then it behaves like a circular pipe, and when the orifice is small, then only the h to the power 3 by 2 relation we can apply on that. आपको ये डिफरेंस याद रखनी है. जब हमारा लार्ज ऑरिफिस का केस होगा तो हमें सिंपली द फॉर्मूला होता है, वो होता है एरिया इंटू वेलोसिटी इंटू कोफिशिएंट ऑफ डिस्चार्ज CD. एरिया इट इज A and velocity, I think all of you know that velocity is equal to root under 2gh, and CD is our coefficient of discharge. This is only for the case of large orifices. Friends, you can see the question asked in 1995. It is saying that a pitot tube is there and it has differential head of 0.75 meter of water between two openings, and the coefficient of tube is 0.99. At velocity it is asking, means actual velocity it is asking. We have studied regarding the coefficient of velocity. Coefficient of velocity is nothing but the ratio of actual velocity by theoretical velocity. And theoretical velocity, all of us know that it is equal to root under 2gh. So root under 2gh, h value is given here, that is 0.75 meter, and CV you multiply the coefficient of velocity 0.99, you will get the answer 3.79 meter per second. Now friends, you see the next question asked in 2003. Friends, it is asked in sprinkler, but I think concept is same. Fluid mechanics concept is used everywhere, either in irrigation or in sprinkler. Everywhere it is used, or drip irrigation. Everywhere you can apply the concepts. So you can see here the discharge of a sprinkler is 0.5 liters per second, and taking the coefficient of discharge 0.9, and pressure head of the nozzle is pressure head of the nozzle it is asking, and the area cross sectional area is given, that is 0.2 centimeter square. This is also very easy. I think I have told you the formula that actual discharge Q is equal to CD into area into velocity. So velocity height is given, so you can calculate the velocity. Height is not given, height it is asking. It has given the area and the discharge is given, and also the coefficient of discharge value is given. Means C value is given, area value is given, and the discharge value is given. So you convert the discharge into meter cube per second divided by 1000, and you can calculate the height h, because here you can see that pressure head it is asking. So Q is equal to AC into root under 2gh. So you can calculate the h value, and our h value is 39.327 meter. So you can see this slide here. You have to understand the kinematic viscosity, dynamic viscosity. These terms are important because many times in questions they will ask you regarding this. Kinematic viscosity is nothing but dynamic viscosity by mass density. आपको ये चीज याद रखनी है. And dynamic viscosity is nothing but it is the force, it is the pressure divided by the rate of change of height with rate of change of speed with respect to height, means du by dv by du. So you can clearly understand here the relationship between kinematic viscosity, dynamic viscosity, and the density. And the units are also important. Dynamic viscosity unit is Pascal second, or it is poise. Poise is nothing but 0.1 Pascal second. Poise is mostly used in case of dynamic viscosity. So if you want to convert it into a SI unit, then you have to multiply by 0.1. And another thing you have to see that effect of temperature and pressure. Sorry, not multiply by 0.1. You have to multiply by 10. You have to divide by 0.1 because 1 poise is equal to 0.1 Pascal second. So 1 Pascal second is equal to 10 poise. So you clearly understand this relationship, and you can see that kinematic viscosity unit is Stokes, which has the dimension meter square per second. And also you can see that effect of temperature and pressure. Independent of pressure and the temperature increases, viscosity decreases. This is very important, that on dynamic viscosity the pressure doesn't have any effect, but that due to temperature it is inversely proportional, means when our temperature increases the dynamic viscosity decreases. That is the simple relationship. Now you can see the question asked in 2011 paper. If the density of, first you see the viscosity question, the viscosity of Newtonian fluid, first you see second part I am reading, the viscosity of Newtonian fluid depends primarily on x and to a lesser degree on y, means mostly depend on x and less dependent on y. Means you have seen in the previous slide that mostly dependent on the temperature and less dependent or independent of the pressure, means the x is our temperature and y is our pressure. So you clearly see here the option C is the correct answer. And if the first part, you can see the first question, if the density of fluid changes from one point to another point in a flow region, then what it is called? It is called the compressible flow. Means when the density changes, what happens in compression? Compression is nothing but when we apply force, and due to that force the volume changes, means volume decreases. So here also it is asking about the changes from one point to another in flow region. So it is a compressible flow. So friends, subscribe our channel and share it to all the serious GATE aspirants. And friends, our motto of making videos on fluid mechanics is that you have to be very concise with the syllabus and you have to study the optimum amount, because you can't study so much in fluid mechanics. You can't going to cover the mechanical or civil engineering branch syllabus, because fluid mechanics is common to them also, and most of the books whatever we are reading are written by taking the views of mechanical and civil engineers also. So I will try to give you the most concise and most perfect way, and you don't have to study less so that you can't solve the question. So you have to study the optimum fluid mechanics, and for that you can follow our video lectures and share to all the serious GATE aspirants. So thank you once.